And right now, joining us in studio, Jim Dolson, Ben Jones from U.S. Staffing are back once again, as they are every week. Good morning, gentlemen.
I don't think I like that forecast you just gave us.
No,
Yeah, that's
I don't like
pretty
that.
disappointed. Pretty disappointed in you, Nico. I mean, we come all the way over here and you give us a forecast like that.
I know. Every morning I go in our back room and I look at our weather machine and decide, what do I want Battle Creek to suffer today?
Yeah.
I think horrible snow.
Yeah.
I think it's going to make football
You know-
kind of interesting this week.
Oh, it is. Like,
That's
there's a
right.
number of big games going on.
my Wildcats play Iowa.
Oh, boy.
They're ranked. What are they ranked? 16 right now?
I don't
20
know.
I
maybe.
believe somewhere in there. They're
Yeah.
in the rankings.
And those Wildcats holding down the top spot in the West. Michigan,
They are, and
Big
they're
Ten
not
West.
even ranked. Like they should be ranked. I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like they should. Be.
And, of course, Michigan versus Rutgers. That hopefully won't be a
We
blowout.
are primed. You know I'm a big Wolverine fan, but this is when we fail. Like when we're supposed to win a big game by a lot, and then we don't.
Yeah. And, of course, I think the big game here in the state is MSU hosting Ohio State. Now, I've never been to a MSU-OSU game, but I've heard that the horde of red can be quite an annoyance.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I'm not a Sparty fan, and I'm not a Buckeye fan. But
well-
this weekend I'm a Sparty fan.
I was about to say you're rooting for the Spartans
This weekend, I'm going to say very quietly, go Sparty.
That's right. Well, Nico, we often poke fun at politics, and let's face it, it's sort of fun to do that, and quite frankly, they probably deserve it sometimes. So how does your office here have a little bit of fun with the political discussions that go on?
I can say we have a lot of, because, I mean, we're very much, after the morning show, it's all political talk. So we do a lot of talking about politics here at the station. I personally, I don't know if I can say, because I have to be neutral and unbiased, and I have a lot of fun. But what kind of fun I have shall remain secret.
It only comes out when you least expect it.
That's right.
It pops out of the woodwork.
Well, that's fair. Well, listen, last Tuesday we voted on a number of proposals here in Michigan, but none as funny as some of these strange proposals we found from past elections. And as a quick note, these are not in Michigan.
Okay, good.
These are not Michigan proposals. So here's the first funny proposal that we found, and it's titled this: Should we build a new house for the pregnant elephant?
Victor probably might have voted
yes on that one.
Yeah.
Well, this is a few years ago in Cincinnati. Zoo officials had threatened to ship off its 4 Asian elephants, one of them pregnant, if voters rejected a $52 million tax levy for a new elephant house in a parking lot. Now, that was from '97, and it was defeated.
That's shocking that didn't pass $52 million. Well, a final proposal that we came across showed up in this little town's ballot in 1997. It was titled, Should We Exist? Voters in tiny Castlewood, Virginia had to decide whether to vote the town and the town's taxes out of existence. Well, they approved it, and they were absorbed by a nearby town. So
we voted ourselves out.
They voted themselves out of existence. But in all seriousness, politics is serious business, and on Tuesday, it required some of us to have some serious preparation as we headed into those polls.
Yeah, and at its roots, politics is really a fight over the values that we hold, and political battles form along these different values. And this happens in the office, too. So when we talk about office politics, we're talking about skirmishes over things that we believe are important where we work. But these skirmishes do not need to be mean-spirited or career-ending.
That's right. And we found a recent article from Forbes that suggests a number of ways team members and employers can work through the political lines in the office without it having it go really bad.
Yeah.
First, when you are dealing with a politically charged item or idea in the workplace, give voice to that problem. In other words, give the problem a name and don't let it stay in. You got to call it out of hiding.
Call it out. Yeah, call it for what it is. As long as that thing remains as the elephant in the room, not the pregnant elephant, but as the elephant in the room. Nico, we worked for hours to tie that together, just so you know.
That's right.
We searched the internet high and low to work. No. But if you don't call out that elephant in the room, it can begin to negatively impact your focus and your productivity. So the idea here is take back control of what's going on in your environment by focusing on the facts. Now, another suggestion for handling office kind of politics and skirmishes like that is to identify your own role in the problem. Now, let's be honest with yourself. Are you contributing to the situation negatively? Are you doing anything to be helpful?
Yeah, one thing you can do is write down the ways in which you've contributed and identify how you can personally take responsibility for those things. You can use this as an opening to get others to be honest with you and maybe resolve your differences. Another possible way to resolve political differences is to free yourself from the echo chamber.
Right.
And what we mean by the echo chamber is the venting that goes on between people when they are on the same side of the debate. So kind of like,
yeah, you just
the water.
It's
water
a group
cooler.
think.
Yeah, it is a group think. You're right. It is.
If you're not hearing outside voices, you don't even realize there may be another side.
Right.
That's correct. Yeah. And you probably definitely haven't thought through those things. But so, Nico, have you been in those conversations before where everyone is on the same side of the issue and the verbiage just keeps churning over the same ideas? And
absolutely, it gets frustrating sometimes. I will say, luckily here at the radio station, we have not to toot our own horns, but we have a lot of, I think, critical thinkers here on the staff, so we can realize the other side and realize that there is another side at all.
Right. So I mean, that's like a great environment because then you stop the churning from happening, and you kind of like check each other. And people on the same side of an issue often make things worse by replaying those same talking points, that same tape, if you will, with each other. And this echo chamber can really distort reality and become a major distraction when you're trying to resolve differences. So don't give in to that kind of a distraction. So now listen, if you're an employer looking for some new team members, contact us. We have a long list of quality people who are looking for that next opportunity to participate in your business. And if you're someone looking for a new address to put some roots down into, reach out to us. We have a great list of employers looking for qualified and dependable people. Ben, how can people find us over here in Battle Creek?
Well, if employers and potential team members want to talk with us, they can find us on Facebook at U.S. Staffing Agency. They can live chat with us on our website at usstaffingagency.com, or they can come into our Battle Creek location at 914 Columbia Avenue. Our phone number there is 589-6507. Let us help you find that team member today.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Ben Jones, Jim Dolson, thank you all so much for coming in from U.S. Staff and here to talk about echo chambers and also talking about how to, help people.
We're requested about the weather report next week when we show.
I will.
I'm gonna put my request in now.
Best. Yeah, I promise you, I will try my.
I'm going to give that
best.
feedback to Tim.
Nico didn't treat us very well.
Jim and Ben, thank you all so much for coming in.
Thanks, Nico.
Ben Jones, Jim Dolson from U.S. Staffing here on 95.3 WBCK.